So in our previous session, we have been discussing about NACL, right? And the difference between the NACL and the security group, right? We also looked at monitoring and auditing solutions like CloudWatch and CloudTrail, right? And we looked at how we create and store keys in key management system, right, of AWS. Now, another topic that is left is so this is NACL, Princess, CloudWatch, KMS, and the left one topic is about the trusted advisor. So look at trusted advisor, we look at load balancing, right, auto scaling, and then we'll look at the databases, right, one of your favorite topics, right? So let's see this AWS trusted advisor, right? So it is mainly provides real-time guidance to help us provision our resources in accordance with AWS best practices. So it's advisor, as the name suggests, right? It's an advisor whom you can trust, right? So it is providing us guidance, helping in optimizing our AWS infrastructure, increases security and performance, and reduces overall costs. So overall, if you see, it's about security, it's about performance, it's about cost, right? So it is an application that can provide us real-time guidance, real-time suggestions for effective utilization of our AWS resources, right? So how we can make best use of our resources, right? It will be giving us a recommendation, right? So that we can optimize the performance, we can optimize the level of security that we are having in our AWS. Okay. So, do you remember whenever we made S3 bucket permission as public, right? Some kind of warning was coming that your resources will become publicly accessible. Please agree.
Yeah.
Right. So that was trusted advisor. That advisor was guiding us. See, you are making it your public security, that is firewall, is blocked. Now you are opening it so that what will happen? Your object may become public. So that was the warning. That was from security perspective, right? Not only security perspective. Once it is public, everyone will start accessing it. So get and put request will also be more, right? So it will also impact the cost, right? And you just recall security group. Whenever you went and changed that inbound rule, there was some option, right? There was option to choose my IP, correct? In the security group, if you want to SSH, right? So you go and choose my IP. In place of my IP, if you make it anywhere, will it give any warning? You remember? Nataraj, Dharma, anybody?
Yeah.
Don't remember? You see, EC2, where is that option? Security group. Tell me. We have this EC2 instance. Security. Here also you have security group, right? So in the security group, this is my security group. So in the inbound rule, you have certain rules. You go and say edit inbound rule, right? And here it is a custom HTTP SSH is there. So if I go there, if I change here to anywhere, right? So I just delete this. Now I say anywhere. What it says? Preview changes. Revoke in one rule, create in one rule, create in one rule, confirm. Inbound security group successfully modified security group. So this time they are not giving any warning. I don't know. They used to give warning. Had you encountered the warning when you just do from my IP to anywhere? They used to give some warning. Everybody can access it. Just try in your system. I'll just delete it. Just add some rule and just see. It has been a while I have anywhere. Control incoming traffic. Okay, now they are not warning here. See? Okay, they are not warning here. They are warning here. So that is, they have revoked that option here. As soon as you just change it to anywhere, it is to 1. It will become public. It will become accessible by everyone. Like that, it used to come. Now that warning is not coming for me. Is it coming for you? Lot of changes. So trusted advisor is not advising here. Let's check that one, the S3 one. I think recently we have done that. S3 one we were making public yesterday only, right? Let's go to S3. Oh, you have a bucket? Block all public access, right? So if you just remove, right, here it is coming, that warning is coming. Getting it?
Yes, Harish, yes.
Right? So there also we used to get. Now they have removed it. So a lot of changes are happening. Now, as soon as you do this, it will say turning off block all public access might result in this bucket and objects within becoming public. AWS recommends that you turn on block all public access unless public access is required, like that. And acknowledgement also, some warning is coming. So this is the trusted advisor who is advising us. Okay. So some basic things are available. So from there also they have removed it. So some basic checks are available, right, for all the customers for free, of course. So these kind of things are like some basic things, right? So basic things are available, right? But if you want the better suggestions and better guidance, right? So you need to upgrade the support plan. They have removed it for many other things for free tier, right? So ours is what? Which plan? Support plan. Which plan is ours? Tell me.
Support.
Basic plan, right?
Yes, basic plan. Support.
What other plans are available? You see, view support plans. You see here, AWS Trusted Advisor. Go there. See, basic support is included for all AWS customers and include customer service and communities, 24/7 access to customer service documentation, white paper support forum. AWS Trusted Advisor access to the 7 core Trusted Advisor checks and guidance to provision your resources following best practices to increase performance and improve security. Personal health dashboard is also there. Now you see the plans. That was some basic thing. Now there are developer, business, enterprise, right? So AWS Trusted Advisor best practice checks, 7 core checks recommended if you are experimenting testing in AWS. That is in developer plan. Now in business plan, full set of checks, and enterprise, full set of checks. This AWS Trusted Advisor best practice checks, right? So like this, it's there. So AWS Trusted Advisor, you see here, try Trusted Advisor, select a support plan. So AWS Trusted Advisor is an online tool that provides you real-time guidance to help you provision your resources following AWS best practices. Basic support, developer support, customers get access to 6 security checks, right? Now, you see a lot of other options. So these are the benefits. What are the benefits? Cost optimization, performance, security, right? Fault tolerance. So a lot of features, email notification, recent changes. You can track recent changes, right? Exclude items, action links, access management, support API, refresh, cloud-wise integration also you can do with the trusted advisor. So lot of options are there, right? You can just click on trust, try it, right? So what does it say? It gives you the option: cost optimization, performance, security, fault tolerance, service limits, right? So Amazon EBS public snapshots, right? Checks the permission settings for your Amazon EBS, right? Volume snapshots, and alerts you. So this is like good. RDS public snapshot. Now security group specific ports unrestricted. Check security group like this. Right? So it will check and it will tell you. Getting it? Green, access to port, this unrestricted. Okay. Red, access to 20 to unrestricted. Yellow, access to other port is unrestricted. Right? Recommended actions, IMUs. So all those details will be there. Getting it? So a lot of checks they will be doing. Right? So you can make changes, you can check it out. Right? Cost optimization, performance, security, fault tolerance. Right? So look at all those options, right? Able to reach out to this page? You found this page? Nataraj? Dharma?
Yes, Harish.
Right? So you can search just in the here also in the console also if you go. I was just going through the support plan I was just showing. From here, if you want to go, simply look for trusted like that. Just type trusted on the AWS management console. That's it. Just click on trusted, it will come. Right. So this is the dashboard for So what kind of support plan you are having depends on that. What kind of features you will have. Getting it? You have to change the support plan if you want to get the more benefits. So you have to change the support plan. From where you can change the support plan? By going into support, right? Then you will be paying for that kind of support plan, and you will be getting a lot of other benefits out of it, right? So let's go back. Okay. So the next topic is elastic load balancing, right? So tell me, if you have a single instance, right? You just have you have your AWS. In that AWS, you have your VPC. Okay. In the VPC, you have some subnets. In that, you have one EC2 instance. Okay. So this is your availability zone or subnet. This is your EC2 instance. Now, and here you have the internet connection, right? And through your VPC, right, your EC2 instance is getting accessed. right? Now your application is running here in your EC2 instance. Okay. Now this particular instance, right? This fails. Okay. This EC2 instance fails. Your application becomes unavailable. Customers have been accessing it through the internet, right? And now your application is no longer reachable. What will happen? Business loss?
Yes, exactly.
So what is the solution? It's kind of single server, single EC2 instance, right? And you are running your application, production application. So it might not be available. What is the solution? Dharma? Yeah, Dharma, please tell me, what is the solution?
I think Dharma audio problem. I guess. Dharma, you are able to hear us?
Okay, perfect. So it's like you will have a downtime, right? Now, give me any solution, whatever you think, whatever you have learned so far.
No, sir. Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Tell me, Dharma.
So will that be that the instance that is hosted in the availability zone, will it be automatically started up and running? And one instance fails here.
You want to run another instance automatically once this fails?
Yeah.
Yes, that can start running.
That,
Once this fails,
yeah, that will,
and another one starts
yeah,
running. So meanwhile,
yeah.
there may be some downtime also, a little bit, right?
No, I think it's using this availability zone, right? That instances are running in 3 availability zone for each region, right? So if a main is going down, then the secondary one will be picked up automatically.
So are we having 3 availability zones already running? The situation is here, only one is running. So you want to run in all the 3 availability zones, this EC2 instance? You want
Normally the AWS do like this, right?
normally AWS will do like that. Who told you?
No, when we for each region, right, there will be 3 availability zones. So when we running instance, right, it will not be available in 3 availability zones, no?
How it will be available in 3 availability zones? We have been learning about EC2. We have been learning about our EBS volumes, right? So we have, whenever we have launched our EC2 instance, we have launched it in a particular availability zone only, right?
Yeah.
Our EBS volume also we have created in, say, like 1A only. Whenever you are creating one EC2 instance, that you are creating in a particular subnet in a particular availability zone only, right? How it will run in 3 availability zones? It's not S3. S3 is available across the availability zones, not
Okay, not
the EC2
instance.
and not the EBS. EFS may be
Okay.
available. You can make it available shared file system, but EBS, EC2, all these things. Whenever you go to this EC2 instance, right? Let's see. You go to EC2, right? Here you will see that whatever instance is there, it's not running, it's stopped only. So this EC2 instance, you just see here.
AP South 1B.
Correct? It's there with what? One availability zone only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you launch instance, when you choose some kind of OS, right? Then you choose that instance, you go to the next level. There you have subnet, no preference, default subnet in any availability zone. So maybe in any availability zone, wherever it wishes, there it will create. Otherwise, you have to choose only one. You don't have choice to run in all the three, right?
Mm.
You choose here 1A, it will work, run in 1A. So, and always remember.
So your question is, if this is down, then how to make it the subsystem back immediately, like that you are asking, right? This is your question.
Yeah, so my question is related to the challenges that we can face with single instance. So solution you have to implement, it's not by default. So if you have a single instance, right,
Mm.
whether it is in AWS or it is in your own data center, wherever it is, if you have a single instance, if you have only one machine, right, and if you are running your application, right, challenge, right? It's a tough situation. If you have only one server and you are running your application, right? So downtime is mandatory only. Then something happens, it will go only. Correct?
Yeah.
So you have to look for some solution. So what that solution, what you are suggesting, Dharma, that you have to implement. You have to design your architecture in such a way that this failure should not happen. See, customers are trying to access your application, right? And then your application is down, instance is down, right? So I'm looking for the solutions, various types of solutions. Many solutions are possible, including the one that you are saying, okay, I will have one more.
Mm.
Or you are saying that once this is gone, then it should start accessing this one, right?
Yeah.
That's a good solution. But how? There should be something here
Yeah.
which should redirect the traffic to, in place of this, it should go to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
Are you talking about load balancer?
Okay.
Correct, no?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. So you're talking about that. So now that's a good thing, right? So if we have, say, like one solution, right? If you don't have anything, at least say like we learned about AMI, right? Manual solution.
Yeah.
So say like if this is down, this entire availability zone only gone. Right? Now instance is gone, another instance you might be having. So you can start using that one, right? You don't have any other instance, you can create it from AMI because you have single instance. So you can create one instance from the AMI, right? And then we can point it to that. But again, even if you launch another instance from AMI, you will have a downtime, correct? So we are talking about fault tolerance, and initially whatever you suggested, that's the good idea. So you have the VPC, just think of your availability zones in the VPC. So you have, say, like availability zone 1, availability zone 2, availability zone 3, like that. Now this is your VPC. Okay. Customers are accessing your instance here as of now, right? Single thing. So instead of that, right, what if you have the solution that you are talking about? So from here, the request is not going to any EC2 instance. Instead of that, It's going to what? It's going to load balancer. Going to load balancer. Okay. Now, from the load balancer, now it is getting distributed, right, to here and to here. Some another one EC2 instance is here, another is here. Okay. So this is EC2. EC2, right? So what is happening? If one is gone, right? So request should go to another one, right? Then in that case, if one is gone, one EC2 is gone, right? Not an issue. Availability zone is gone, not an issue, right? Now the request will be going to what? This particular one, this one. Right or wrong?
Right.
So this load balancer, right? Load balancer can give us fault tolerance, right? So that's a good thing, right? So if you run on one machine, right, downtime is obvious, right? So what does elastic load balancer do, right? This is the situation here. So that is what we are going to discuss. Let's see. Load balancer, right? So it's balancing the load. EC2 instance is gone, right? So it doesn't matter, right? The more EC2 instances are there running in another availability zone B, right? So this load balancer is highly available, elastic, flexible, secure, automatically distributes incoming application traffic across multiple targets, right? So multiple, it's not about only one EC2 instance. You can have multiple EC2 instances. This load balancer can send the request to the group of servers, right? So if something is gone, right, how to replace that? That is another thing. But downtime should not be there. Application should be running uninterrupted, right? It can handle the varying load of application traffic in a single availability zone or across multiple availability zone. So this particular load balancer, right, provided by Amazon, right? What does it do? Distribute the incoming traffic, right? It's a regional device actually. It's a regional device, right? So it allows us to use multiple availability zone, right, within that region, right? So as you see here, fully managed, right? Very powerful, right? Very reliable, right? It's managed service, managed thing. You are not managing, I am not managing. This is managed by AWS. Yeah. So it's fully managed. So it's very robust, very robust. So it's not about only one thing there. Like they will have like a lot of redundancy in that load balancer. They will run it uninterrupted without any issue, right? So regularly, what this load balancer will do, it will be doing connection with all EC2 instances, whatever is underlying EC2 instances, it will be checking which one is alive, which one is dead, what is happening. It will be pinging whether it is available, whether it is functioning well. All those status checks, how it is doing for our system when we start our EC2 instance, right? So it will be checking all the status thing, right? And it will ensure that the instances are healthy, right? And they are able to handle whatever requests are coming. So whether this particular EC2 instance is able to handle or not, right? As soon as any of the checks fail, right, what will it do? Whatever traffic is coming, it will stop sending to that. It will not send to that one. This is bad. Okay, so I'm not going to send it to this particular. Another things it will be sending. Getting it? Do you think this is useful?
Yes.
Right. So it will be so
Actually,
yeah. Tell me.
this actually the name is load balancer. It means the normally usually not in AWS. If we general thing, right? Load balance means
General load balancer. Same thing.
Load balancer means when the load is high, right? It can distribute the load to another server like that CPU. We have 2 CPU, 3 CPU like that.
Correct. That also. See, Load balancer, there will be function of load balancer to do whatever.
Multiple
Different
functions.
types of load balancers will be there. It can balance the traffic also. See, traffic can also be balanced, right? It can also check whether it is there or not. See, if it is available, then only it can send, right, traffic. If you have two systems, if it is sending the traffic to both the systems, and if one of your system is not available and it doesn't come to know whether the system is underlying system is available or not, then what type of load balancer is that? Waste only, right?
Yep.
Load balancer should be knowing, right, to whom to send the traffic, how many are there in underlying. So it will distribute the application traffic also, balance the load. Now if it is not there, right, if it is bad and still if it is sending the traffic, then what will happen? That request will fail only, right? Just think of a situation where you have two proxy servers, right, in general data center, two proxy servers running in your organization, and you have a load balancer. Now one particular you have might have heard about round robin kind of load balancing using DNS, where you just put one record in the DNS and then use two servers using the DNS, some kind of round robin load balancing. What will happen there? One request will go to one time, it will go to one server, another time it will go to another server, right? So that is some kind of basic thing like that. Initially people used to do. So what will happen if it is one request is going to one server, another is going to another server? So just simply you just configure one IP address in your system and let the traffic be gone, one here, another there, one here, another there, round robin something. Now the underlying system, the proxy server fails. It is no longer available. Now what will happen? Some people, one person will get the proxy server, they will be able to reach out to internet, another person will not get it. Now one person will get, another person will not. Half of the people will be able to use the internet in your organization, and half of the people will not be able to use the internet. That's it. Half of the people, for half of the people, it won't be available. The bad one, the traffic will still go to the bad one. So that's not good, right? So your load balancer should be smart enough, right, to understand whether the underlying system is dead or alive. If it doesn't understand, then that is of no use. Again, it will have impact. So the load balancer here is very smart, right? It's handling the load, right? Balancing the load, right, across multiple availability zones, as well as it's monitoring, it's checking, right? If something is up or down, right, it will stop the traffic only. If it is not reachable, it will stop the complete traffic to that particular EC2 instance. Right? Now we have more tools with which it will get integrated and it will give more fruitful results. That we will see. We will see about the auto scaling, then I'll show you. So for now you understand the different types of load balancing. So different types of load balancings are possible. Here you have classic load balancer, application load balancer, network load balancer. Right? So think of a classic load balancer which provides basic load balancing across multiple EC2 instances, some kind of basic load balancing. Now, application load balancer is best suited for HTTP and HTTPS traffic. Network load balancer is best suited for load balancing of TCP, UDP, TLS traffic where extreme performance is required. Right? So different types of load balancers. So now you have another topic, auto scaling, right? So before that, right, auto scaling, then data. So let me explain you how this load balancers will be helpful. Right? Understood load balancer, the basic,
Yeah.
concept.
Yes.
How it works.
Yeah.
Right. So just think of a situation where, just look for, when you look for that load balancer in that console, there it will give you, more clarity. Where do you find that load balancer? How do you find? Tell me where it should be. What is the, if you find here, it will, can you find it? Will it be there? Just guess, do some intelligent guess and let me know.
No.
You won't find. Why? What is, which service it is related to?
It's for
AWS.
EC2.
Yes.
EC2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So think of EC2, right? And then you look for load balancer, where it is. Somewhere.
Yes, the load balancing.
There,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. So many things you will not find in the Amazon console because that will be related to a particular service, right? So this is related to the feature of EC2. So if you go to this load balancing, load balancers, right? So here you can see I have one running AP South 1B, 1A, right? Some kind of application load balancer that I created in October. Okay, so I have one load balancer running here. You may not be having anything, right?
Yeah.
So if you just click on this create load balancer, what do you see? 3 options, right?
Yeah.
So you have application load balancer and network load balancer, and you
Classic.
see here classic load balancer. They have put it in previous generation only now.
Yeah.
Right? So they are just trying to retire it. So this is just no basic thing. Earlier this was like this is the first one that came. Initially when AWS came, this was the very first one. Now slowly, this has gone to the third of the place, and now this is they made it previous generation, right? So mostly, people will be using this ALB, right? It has all the features of this classic, thing, and then much more than that, right? So choose an application load balancer when you need a flexible feature set of web applications with HTTP and HTTPS traffic. Right? This is the ALB. Now you have another thing called network load balancer. Right? So what happens here in case of this ALB? If you just click on create, just try out.
Yeah. For me, there is nothing. So create load balancer, right?
Didn't get you?
Yeah, I got it. A application load balancer. Okay. Yeah.
ALB. Yeah. Click on ALB. Create ALB. Right?
Yeah.
So what will happen? What we are going to do here? Give some name. Right? So give some name. So just say like ALB hyphen something DC. Okay. Now internet facing or internal. See the difference. Internet facing means customers will be reaching out to your load balancer from outside, correct? So here you see internet facing load balancer routes requests from clients over the internet, and internal load balancer routes requests from clients to targets using private IP address. This internal is private, this internet is what? Public. So from outside it will be coming. So whatever situation we were seeing here, that was like coming from outside. So internet facing we choose, right? IPv4 address, listeners, right? HTTP port number 80, right? So what we do? Define the listener. Load balancer protocol. What is the protocol? HTTP, HTTPS. HTTPS would be secure. You said HTTP 80 port, it will be listening. You can add more listeners. Availability zone here. So What was the situation, right? For us, we were trying to send it to availability zone 1A, B, like that. So we had our VPC, we have our availability zones, right? So that load balancer is there, right? So from the internet, whatever traffic is coming, so now that is that you want to distribute only to these two, or you want to send that to this also. Okay. So 1A, 1B, 1C, like that. So based on your requirement, you can choose. You see, 1A, 1B, 1C. Now you just want two things. Getting it?
Yeah.
Now you're running your EC2 instance in 1A and 1B only. So you choose 1A and 1B. Correct?
Yeah.
So just see add-on services. Additional AWS services can be integrated here, right? So that is another benefit, integrated services. Some additional charges will be applied. You can use AWS Global Accelerator, right? So that will be chargeable. Create accelerator to get static IP address and improve the performance and availability of your application. If you use this, it will have additional charges, but it will be performance will be higher.
Yeah.
Right? So you can try to do
Because,
that.
sorry, it's
Tell me.
yeah, for me, I configure load balance, right? So I have chosen this VPC, my VPC one, and then AP South 1A and 1B, that two subnets are coming. But there was a message that you're creating internet facing load balancer, but there is no internet gateway attached to these subnets you have selected.
Correct. So yesterday we were seeing that two types of subnets, private and public, right? So yesterday we were seeing that we have our VPC, right? So now in the VPC we are connecting our internet gateway, right? Then what we were doing, we have the subnets, then we were adding routes, correct?
Yeah.
So we were doing 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
And then we were saying internet gateway.
Yeah.
So if we are doing this, we are making our, we are giving public IP addresses to our EC2 instances here. And then we have our internet gateway integrated with the VPC, right? So if you have no internet gateway, right, with your VPC, there is no point of making it internet facing, because for this system go out, you require internet gateway, right? Anything which wants to come back, right, that will come through internet gateway. Anything which has to go out will go through internet gateway only. So that's why it is telling. So you choose the default one. You choose default one. Don't choose that VPC that you have created. Change the VPC here. Change to default. Just to avoid any confusion, you can later you can delete that peering connection and delete that VPC. It takes just a click to create the VPC. So you can delete at later point, but now you just choose default.
Yeah.
So default will have internet gateway attached, right, by default. So that will be public. All the subnets there created will be public subnet for the first time when you are getting it. So just choose any two, right, or three, whatever. So now you can choose the availability zones, in which availability zone you want to do the load balancing, because it is a regional service, right? So you can just say some kind of, you can copy the same thing, maybe we'll just put that. Sorry, I don't know what. Yeah, so I just give that as the name. Just configure security settings. So improve your load balancer security. Your load balancer is not using any secure listener. If your traffic is traffic to the load balancer needs to be secured, use the HTTPS protocol, right, for the front end connection. You can go back to the first step and you can do. Otherwise, you can also continue with the current settings. So understand, if we are using, if our website is very secure, you want to make it secure, then we should use HTTPS connection. HTTPS will work on which port? 443, right?
443.
Yeah, HTTP will work on 80 port only. So if you want to make your website very secure, you have to go for HTTPS. So for now, let's go with the HTTP, right? Just say configure security groups, right? So now the most important thing that comes as firewall, right? So you have to configure some security group. It says, about the security group, it says create a new security group or select existing security group, right? So it's our choice. We can create a new security group. Maybe create a new security group. We say security group name, load balancer, right? Hyphen. I'll just say ALB hyphen DEC hyphen SZ, something like that. ALB hyphen SZ hyphen DEC, some relevant name, right? So here it says custom TCP 80 custom like that. So port number 80 is coming.
Yeah.
Because it is our listener is on port number 80, correct?
Yeah.
So we are choosing port number 80. Configure routing.
Sir, I am in point number 2. So
Yeah.
what should I choose actually? Certificate type.
Here. You are in step 2.
Yeah.
Just say next. Nothing to choose here.
Step 2 actually it says certificate type, certificate name, security policy.
Certificate. Have you chosen HTTPS?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you choose
Yes,
HTTPS,
yes.
you have to buy certificate. See, HTTPS integration
Okay,
is
no,
like,
either.
yeah. So those we are not going in,
No, actually
in depth of how
actually
it
the
works.
load balancer, right? I have.
Tell me. Go ahead, Dharma.
Actually, in the first point, right, a load balancer protocol, right? HTTP was there already, so I just chosen HTTPS also. I think that's what he's asking.
Correct. You just choose HTTP for our no understanding. HTTPS you can learn and you can integrate with HTTPS how to get the certificate, how to get the SSL, OpenSSL, how to buy the certificate and make it secure. So
Okay,
that you
okay.
can do it later. Now you just choose HTTP. See, if you just add a listener, if you also choose HTTPS secure, right? So that's why it's asking. If you just choose that, right? So if you just say next, so choose the certificate from ACM, upload the certificate, choose the certificate from IAM, upload the certificate to IAM. So existing certificate you are not having. So you have to get a certificate. Choose a certificate from IAM, existing certificate. So we don't have certificate to make it highly secure thing. So for that reason, we are choosing. See, if you choose HTTPS, it will go to 443 port. You can remove that 80 if you wish. You can just say 443.
Yeah, I removed it. Then the second point, it was not asking. It just asked saying some warning what you shown.
Correct. So that will say, just let's go with the only plain HTTP to understand this ALB. Okay, so now if you just go here, just cross this step 2, go to step 3, right? Choose, give some name and say configure routing. Come to step 3.
Yeah.
Now here you just say configure routing. Now you just see here, right? For routing, your load balancer routes requests to the targets in this target group using the protocol and port that you specify and performs health checks on the targets using these health check settings. The target group you specify in this step will apply to all the listeners configured in this load balancer. You can edit the listeners, add the listeners, right? After the load balancer is created. So later also you can do the changes. It's not like once you are creating, it is done. You can do the modifications, whatever you wish, right? So they're saying target group you can choose, right? So what is that target group? Route the request to your target. So you can make a group of no EC2 instances. That will be the target, right? You can create new target, right? So you have option here, new target group, right? So the load, you understand target? Target means where it is going. Say like how this load balancer is going here, right? So you will have a group of instances here, right? That will be as a target. So new target group name, right? Just give name to that target group, right? Give some name.
Is it a group?
Target. Target you say. Target hyphen group hyphen DC. Target group 1A you can say. Target group 1A like that you can say. Or target group 1 you just say. Target group 1. Now, if you choose target type as instance, right? You have option to choose IP address and lambda function also. Just see this lambda function. I will be discussing about lambda. Then you can relate to this one as well. So now protocol HTTP, right? Port number 80. Protocol version HTTP 1, right? So like that, health check, some kind of basic health check, and then go to advanced health check settings. Just look at all these options. Port, traffic port, healthy threshold, unhealthy threshold, timeout, interval, success codes. You need to understand each and every thing here, right? So then only you can, make changes accordingly. So whenever your request is coming, right? So what is the threshold value? How you can decide whether your instance is healthy or unhealthy? For how long it should do the checks? After what it should do that? Make it unhealthy. So we were discussing, right? It will be doing some status checks, and then it will say that okay, now it is no longer healthy. It will stop sending the traffic to that. Correct? So what happens? There will be port mapping first, whatever port number 80 or something. We have done that port mapping, and then let me just explain you here first. So what we have done so far, we have the internet. Okay. Now from there, it is coming to our what? ALB, application load balancer. From where it is coming to some target group. Some target group. Now in target group, you have seen instance option is there, lambda function is there, some kind of IP address is there. So we have chosen some instances. So we have say like some EC2 instances, some EC2 instances, right? So we have the target group. Okay. So from internet, request is coming here to ALB. Which port it is coming for us?
HTTP 80.
Yeah. So for us, it is listener port is what? 80. What other port is possible? You tried with HTTPS. So what port it was suggesting? 443. Correct? So if it is HTTPS, it was 443. For HTTP port, right? It is 80 port. So your listener is listening on port number 80 on this, ALB, right? So now the request is coming here. Now there will be certain rule, right? You can define that, and then it will be going to that target group, right? So it will go to some target group, which will be part of some EC2 instances that we are choosing. So here in this, whatever rule you can choose, like some kind of URI you can give, some kind of host name you can give, right? You can tell it should go to this target, it should go to that EC2, whatever. So some kind of content filtering is there. Some kind of content filtering is there, right? So it will be going to that. Right? So this classic application load balancer, right? So this application load balancer, right, will be having a lot of features. So that classic load balancer is there, no, CLB. Yeah. Normal load balancer we call it. So classic load balancer, what it will do? That will have fixed port mapping. See the difference. It will be fixed port mapping. In case of that previous generation, right? In this one, in case of this ALB, right, there will be what? Not fixed port mapping, dynamic. Here you will have dynamic port mapping. What do I mean by that? Dynamic port mapping means what? One EC2 instance, right? Whatever, one EC2 instance can receive request on how many ports? Different ports, right? There, in case of classic load balancer, it would come on a fixed port. The EC2 instance can only listen on a fixed port. So if it is listening on fixed port, how many applications you can run on one EC2 instance? Single port.
Only one.
Single application, right? So single port, single application. But if there is dynamic port mapping, right? So what can happen? Multiple different applications on different ports can be running, right, on the EC2 instance. That is possible, right? And there can be multiple different types of port mapping here with that. So that much feature is there available in our ALB, right? So if you want to run multiple processes of the same application, right, listening on different ports, right, some kind of you want to receive request on 2 ports, 3 ports, 5 ports, possible in case of ALB, but that was not possible in case of what? CLB. So that's why now simply they are not using now. That is now previous generation. So you have much more features here, much more features in case of ALB. Okay, so what we were doing, I'll come back there, right? So just understand the theoretical concept, right? So as we are here, so I'll also explain you that network load balancer, right? Network load balancer, what will be the benefit? What we were discussing? In case of this ALB, if we have network load balancer, okay, what will happen here? Similar thing. I'll just make it smaller. I'll just show you. Okay, so just think of the similar situation. You have the internet. It's internet facing we are talking about. Maybe internal, you can just think of internal. So internal one, you don't require internet gateway. Internally, your EC2 instances are there. You are only within your VPC, it's happening. So that is also possible. You can use load balancer in whatever way you want. So now the request would be coming to network load balancer in place of that, normal ALB or CLB, and it's coming in NLB. Now what will happen? What we can do here? We can use static IP address, right? We can use static IP address. And you know about the static IP address, right? Fixed, right? That IP address will be fixed, static, right? And you don't have to go for name resolution, correct? So what will happen? You can use static IP address per availability zone. That will be fixed, right? That will be highly available. If you have a connection, right, which is running for days, right? Very long running connections. You want better latency, right? So this network load balancer is optimized, right, for improved latency. So as compared to this application and classic one, this has improved latency. As the name suggests, network. So it's highly optimized for network. So they are giving another feature, right, of the network load balancer. So what they are doing, this content filtering, whatever we are doing here, there, all those things. So that content filtering won't be available here. Okay. So no content filtering. So you have no option for content filtering here. If you want content filtering, if you want for HTTPS traffic, you should go for ALB only, not for NLB. Okay. If you want, you are not bothered about that HTTP and all those things, right? That's why when we were trying to create that, so we saw the options, right? There it was telling about the network thing, right? It's good for what? TCP, TLS, all those things, right? Layer 4, right? Networking layer. Layer 4, you remember? OSI model, 7 layers. Here it will work on layer 7. Content filtering. But here it will be working on layer 4, not on 7, right? So that will be for say like TCP, TLS, right? All those things. So those kind of balancing, right? So that classic load balancer, right? Or that application load balancer, all these will work on layer 7. This will work on layer 4, right? So that's the thing. Right? Okay, getting it? So what happens here? Here also you'll have the target groups. How we were having the target groups. Here also you'll have that. Right? The only thing is content filtering is not there. Right? Now you can simply define the port. You can define the listener port here. Right? And here what? Forwarding port. Which will be forwarded to your applications, right? So even you can define that forwarding port here, how we were defining there, right? Here it was a dynamic, right? It was listening on multiple ports, right? Here also it will be dynamic. You will have options. The only thing is here no content filtering. They have tried to make it faster, right? They have tried to improve the latency, right? For long running connections, right? Some connection you make and then you continue to be with that connection for long. Some requests will be temporary, immediately you just request and you don't want longer connections. Some application and database, between that you want some kind of connection which you want to keep it for a week. It should run continuously, it should not break. So in that case, this NLB, network load balancing, will be useful. Getting some hang of it, some idea you understood, some idea you got?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So just we go back, right? We try to look at what we were doing. Just come back here. How far you have done? Give some name, some instance, right? Come here, come back here. Port.
Traffic port.
So traffic port. Port is what? The port the load balancer uses when performing health checks on targets, right? So whatever, doesn't matter, just leave it as default, right? The default is the port on which each target receives traffic from the load balancer. You can specify different one, we keep the same. So it will be checking. Load balancer will be using for health check. So let that be traffic port. Now healthy threshold. Tell me. You want to override? You can override. You can mention some other port. Something. Getting it?
Yeah.
So you can change that. Now, if you just say like healthy threshold, what is that healthy threshold? Tell me. Healthy threshold, you are getting something. Number of consecutive health check successes required before considering an unhealthy target healthy. Say like if some target becomes unhealthy, we were discussing initially, right? So if something is not reachable, some status check is failing, if it is not healthy, if it is going bad, so in that condition, right, how will decide whether now it is healthy? Correct? So number of consecutive health checks successes, how many times it checks for the health and it gets okay, right? So if you just specify some number, okay, let it check for 5 times. If it gets 5 times okay, consider that it is good, not bad. So something goes bad and then you have to decide whether it is good now, want to check. There can be some network glitch or something temporarily, right? So that time it will check for 5 times and then it will decide, okay, it's good. And that is healthy threshold. Unhealthy threshold, as the name suggests, right? So that will be consecutive health check failures required before considering a target unhealthy. So how many times if it goes bad, how many times if I ping google.com and if it is not reachable, right? So like that. So how many times? So 2 times it checks or 3 times it checks, 3 times if it is not reachable, or 5 times it checks, 5 times it is not reachable, then it says, okay, it is bad. Timeout. The amount of time in seconds during which no response means a failed health check. So you try for how long? 10 seconds. Say like 10 seconds. So amount of time 10 seconds during which no response. For 10 seconds, right? No response means what? Unhealthy, failed, failure. So it will try, it will not respond, it will try again, it will not respond. 5 times it will try and then it will say unhealthy, or 3 times it will try, it will say unhealthy. Interval, approximate amount of time between health checks, right? So you just try every 30 seconds. Getting it?
Yes.
So you just decide, right, for how frequently it should check. So it should be 5 to 300 seconds. You want every 1 minute or you want every 300 seconds. It can take 5 to 300 seconds. 300 seconds means what? 5 minutes, right? So every 5 minutes, it will check for 3 times, right? Every time it will wait for 10 seconds. If there is no response, again it will check after 5 minutes. Again it will check after 5 minutes. So much of time will be wasted. Let it check every 1 minute. So every 1 minute it will check, right? It will it is not reachable for say like 5 seconds only, right? And then it will try again after 1 minute. It will again see whether for 5 seconds it is pingable or not. So like that it will check, keep on checking, right? So initially remember we were discussing whether the load balancer will be checking whether the underlying EC2 instance is available or not. Getting it? You are able to relate with that?
Yes.
Tell me if you are not understanding anything. It may be new to you and maybe little um, different, right? From
Yeah.
some new topic or something. So just focus here. Once you try to do it on your own, you can do it. So you also choose some value. Choose some value, whatever you wish. Dharma, you're doing hands on.
Yeah, I'm doing, sir.
Yeah, just try it out. Just understand what it is.
Yeah,
These
choose.
numbers. Just understand and then you try. Think what kind of application you are running, right? So what is your requirement for your production application? Accordingly you choose. If it is very critical or just simply you are doing it, not very critical, some testing thing only. So depends on that. These numbers you can define. Accordingly it will check.
So this is actually when the application, suppose the application is running, right? So if application is running now, so right currently, so what kind of health check it will do here now based on these values?
So how
So
we are
when this is
doing that health check, you see, like when we are doing that EC2 thing, when you are running that EC2, it's doing some health check, right? So it will do the health check related. First thing is connectivity, right? So whether it is connecting or not, correct?
yeah.
Then it is able to take care of the request or not, right?
Yeah.
So at least the health check should tell, right? It should ping, it should check, right? Whether it is able to it is reachable or not. Very first thing is whether it is reachable or not. Correct, no? What it will check? What is reachable or not? The EC2 instance of your target group. Correct? Now
Yes.
it will check on a particular port. Whatever port you define, right? It will just check on that particular port, right? Then it will tell you that it is actually it will just go check that it is reachable. Now it will check whether it is crashed, right? It is pingable. Network interface is pingable, but there is some problem, right? So that particular application port itself is not there. Some kind of your system is in hung state, or system is kind of some not behaving properly. So whatever may be the problem, right? Related to application, or related to your operating system, related to your network layer, offline, that your availability zone becomes offline, right? Your EC2 is in a stopped state or terminated, whatever may be the situation. So all those things, right, from the perspective of reaching out to the particular port in your EC2 instance, right, that will be checked. Understood? Now, based on what frequency, that we are defining here.
Okay, so every here as per this value, right? Till every 60 seconds it will start checking.
Correct. It will start checking.
So
right?
for example, the application is running now. So the unhealthy threshold that is the value. It has to check 3 times, but every 60 seconds only. But each time it will wait for 5 seconds to see whether any reply we are getting or not, like that, right?
Yes, that's right. So it will say, like, if you have mentioned here timeout as 5, right? So for 5 seconds it will be pinging, checking, right? And then
Yeah.
it is not reachable.
It
Then
will,
it will wait for another 1 minute. Then again
then
it
it
will
will
check.
start again.
Yeah. Again, if it is not reachable.
So like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Three
so
times it
3
will
times
check.
it will check as per this value, and then it will say the system is unhealthy. That's it. It will switch on to the another availability, right? It will go. That's a decision
No,
it will make it.
it is anyways. It is balancing the load. It is sending to other availability zones as well, but it will stop sending traffic to this EC2 instance. This will consider that as a
Okay,
bad
it will
one.
stop permanently.
Yeah, it will
Okay,
just
okay.
say that okay, this is bad. Let's not send request to this one. This is bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So now,
But when this the actual one will run? So
this
suppose
bad
if you
one.
may, yeah, maybe if some technical problem happens, so technical engineer resolved it and they're trying to make it up this one.
Correct.
Then that other one, threshold, healthy threshold, that value,
Oh,
healthy
when this
threshold,
will
that will
become
be,
again healthy. Okay, so just think of a
that's it.
situation that say like it tested and it marked it as unhealthy. It stopped sending the traffic. Now
Yeah.
that you got some alert, something you just fixed it. Now your availability zone that the router was down. Now you brought it up. Now it will check for 5 times now. The number of consecutive health checks successes required before considering an unhealthy target as healthy. So what it will do, right? 5 times based on the same timeout value and the same interval. So it will again keep on checking. It will keep on checking every minute. It will keep on checking. So as soon as after say like 1 hour, it found that okay, now this is reachable, right? So it will see once it is reachable. Then again after 1 minute, it will say.
It's a 5 times. So after 5 checks, if it is reachable, okay, means then it will
Start
make that
sending the
instance availability zone permanently available, right? So the
yes,
traffic will
yes,
go to that instance also.
correct. Then it will make it healthy. It will consider it as healthy. It will mark it green, and then it will start sending the request one more time.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So this is really useful, but we have more services apart from this, with which we now you just go to register targets, right? So here you can just see register targets with your target group. If you register a target in enabled availability zone, the load balancer starts routing request to the target as soon as the registration process completes and the target passes the initial health checks. To deregistered instances, select one or more registered instances and then click remove, right? So whatever availability zones we are choosing, right? So based on that, we will have some targets. So we don't have any registered targets here, right? No
Yeah.
instances available, no instances available,
Yeah.
something. So now we are not getting that, correct? So we have to add to the registered targets, right? So instance must be running, right? If your instance is not running, it will not be even visible here, right? So what I do, just open it in a new
Yeah,
tab.
for me, it's running. My instance is running and it is visible now.
Okay, good. So say for me, like no, it's not running.
Yeah. For me also not running.
Yeah, so I just go to that start instance. It will come. Yeah, now it is changing to running. Let's see. So if you have, so if you have another instance running in another availability zone, then only you can add, right? More than two targets. Otherwise, it will be pointing to only one.
Sir, when we create instance, so is there a possibility to run that instance in multiple zone, like 1A, 1B, 1C, like that?
Yeah, why not? So what you do, whenever you just get a chance, right? So what you do, you just make AMI, right, out of
Okay.
this
This,
particular instance. Okay. Now, what you do using the same AMI, because we have our web server configured here, right? So what you do, I'll just tell you the steps, right? That you can do it offline, and then you can let me know what is going on. So what you do, we have say like EC2 instance running in, say like one. I have running it in 1B. So where is it is running for you, Natras?
yeah, for me 1B.
You're also 1B.
Mine is 1A.
Yours is 1A. Okay.
Yeah.
So now what you do, say like I'm having it here. Now what we will make, we deleted our AMI, right? So now say like it is 10 GB or something. So just remove that 1 GB volume, keep that 10 GB only. Now make one AMI out of this, right? So just make one AMI. From that AMI, you launch in another zone again. Say like 1A. Okay. Launch that. Once that is launched and running there, right? So what will happen? We have our web service running, right? You remember our website?
Yeah.
In this
Yes.
this EC2 only we have configured our website, so that we have to start that website. It should be running. Now that website can run here as well. Okay. Understand how you can do the full-fledged testing. Run the website here also. Run the website there. Run the website here. Now, what is happening? Now, we were trying to access our website, right, from the internet, right, like this. Now, what we will do, we will have the load balancer, right, and load balancer will be sending the traffic, correct? So, we will access the load balancer. We will, how we were browsing this directly, this website, IP address we were giving and website was coming. Now we will give the IP address of our load balancer, right? Not of this EC2 instance. Now our website will be available. Then what you can do, right? You create some issue for one of your EC2 instance. Say like, for example, you bring this down. Bring that system down. Still your website will be available. That means your load balancer is functioning well. You understood the project, Natras, Dharma?
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
Just do this, no, whenever you just keep doing this offline, right? Whenever you get a chance, and then let me know whether it is successful or not, right? Just remember your website should be running, then only you can test it, right? So go back and look at the recording, right? If you have any doubt with the website and how to create the AMI and how to again launch the instance from the AMI. So those things you should be, that will revise our concept, right? Then we can discuss on that as well. So for now this is running, right? So I'll just see, I'll go to this previous step and I'll again go to this. You see now it came. So does it come for you, Natras?
Yes, sir, Ishaya.
Right. So this one is there.
Running.
If you just select it, you see this will become highlighted.
After registered.
Right? Correct. So if you just say add to registered.
Yeah.
Right? You want to do that now, Dharma? That will take some time. So that's why I told you to do offline, and it will revise your concepts also.
Yes, I will try offline.
Yeah, just try it out offline and let me know if you face any challenges. We can test that out. That's not an issue. We can take out some extra time and then we can test that out as well. that will be good. So it will give you a feeling that, okay, you have done something. If you can do this, you just create one AMI, launch another availability, that EC2 in another availability zone, right? And then you configure this load balancer, right? And then get the IP of that load balancer and try to access your website using this. If you are able to do on your own, then it will be a good practice for you to launch, create AMI, do that, EC2 instance, load balancer, all those things will be possible. So that will be good practical. So just try it out. It will give you good confidence. If you face any challenge, anyways, I will be there. So you can seek my help, and again you can achieve the results. It will give you a feeling that, okay, now you can do something, right? Try that out. So if you just do, for example, if you are just doing this one, only one, right? Now what? We have no other option, right? Only one is there. It has been added here, right? Register target only one. We don't have anything, right? So it will not give us much meaning. But anyways, no. Let's do this, right? We'll do that this again. So just say that, come back here, review the load balancer details, right? And then port number, this security group, routing, right? Targets, everything. And then you just say create. Anyways, we will test it. We'll test it out with the load balancer IP. You can do this now as well. Okay, so no worries. That is the one, ALB1. This ALB1 I can delete. This one I can delete. ALB1 I had created now. This will create confusion. What happened? It says you don't have any ALB. Did I delete the current one? No, right?
Please refresh and see.
Oh my goodness! I deleted ALB1, not the DEC one. Something hung. Let me come back. It should be provisioning, I'm sure. I'll go back again. It says no. Deleted ALB1 that was there. I had one more initially. That's what I deleted. It's coming up for you?
Yes, we can see that it's displaying. Yeah, the state is provisioning.
Yes.
Which region I created? It will be regional service, right? So it will be in some region. I didn't notice whether it was North Virginia or Mumbai or what. It should be Mumbai only, because my instance I had selected, I remember. Let's see. Where is my load balancer? Target group I am having TG1. See, load balancer didn't come for me. Should not have deleted that. Okay, let me create it quickly. Or maybe you can share your screen. One of you share your screen. Done, right? Yours is coming up, Natras?
Yes. Yes, Harish. Yeah.
Yeah, just show your screen.
Yeah. I think I am not the presenter.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
sorry.
share, because possibly if I share, my network is very bad. Sometimes go out.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, no
Sure.
problem. I can share my screen if you
Okay, I'll
give me
just
the access.
yeah, I'll just make you a host. You can just share your screen. So you'll see in your system. Meanwhile, I'll just refresh. We'll see what is going on. It's not refreshing. I'm clicking on the refresh. Just no load balancer you're having.
Okay, I hope.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, still provisioning? Refresh?
active.
Active, right? Good. Perfect. So now that your load balancer is active, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you just go to target groups down the second one. Yeah. Just go there. Click.
Yeah.
See, you have one target group, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So go to the target menu in that. Yeah. Click on target. Come down and see. You have this register Red Hat DEC healthy, right?
Yeah.
So here you have option to register, no target. You have option to deregister, right? Lot of
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Right?
So can I register?
No. It's like you are having only one, so that is
Yeah.
already registered, right?
Yes.
So now go to that group details.
No, for me, it's not coming.
It's not coming for you.
No.
What is not coming?
Target group one. Target group I have chosen, right? We just chosen targets. Target groups, right?
Correct. So
In
it's
that,
not there for you.
we can see some help. No. When I click target set, that tab, nothing displaying.
Target groups. You just click again, Nataraj, and show to Dharma. Left side. Target groups you select. Yeah. Is it coming for you?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Now you click that. Now click on group detail first. Is it coming for you? Dharma?
Yeah, group details is coming. Yes, coming.
Now click on targets tab, second one. This instance name is not coming.
No, register targets, right? That instance name is not coming.
Coming, right?
It says no registered targets.
So that means you have not registered any target. Now click on register target. Dharma?
Yeah, it's that instance is, the instance is displaying. Okay.
Yeah. Select that.
Yeah. Then include
Then
pending below.
Yep. You just add that, maybe include as pending below, means it might be coming. For us it is done. Don't do that, Nataraj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I clicked include as pending below. Then it says status is pending, and then register pending. Shall I click the register pending targets?
yep.
I don't know how come. Yeah, I think now is coming.
Yeah. So like this, you can register and you can add more, more systems.
Okay.
In your target, you can add more systems, right? Go to monitoring tab.
Yeah.
So here, if you go down, right? So you can see healthy hosts, right? Correct, showing, right? Right. So same thing, right? All these things, right? Now it will be available in your CloudWatch metrics as well, right? So it will be showing as healthy using the CloudWatch. You can increase the frequency of the monitoring as well, right? So now what's happening? Go to the system, connect to your putty. Take putty and connect to your SSH. Through SSH, you connect to your instance. How you will do the testing that I'm telling. So for one system, I'll show you.
Okay.
You can do it for by adding multiple systems, multiple targets, right? So I'll show you how to do the testing. So you'll have idea. Now you just SSH to your running instance. Take the IP address and do SSH. First, you just fix the security gas. Fix the security group. Go to security tab. Click on security group. Choose my IP in inbound. Edit inbound. Choose my IP. Yeah, there you. No. Choose my IP in place of custom. Not there. Yeah. Choose my IP. Yeah. Say save down. Save rules. So now your IP had changed actually. So now it has worked. Now you go and take go to the EC2 instance, take your IP, public IP, and then do SSH. Copy that IP. Yeah. Go to putty.
I think I did something wrong.
No, your system is not visible. Only this screen was visible. Yeah.
Okay, you're sharing fast. Something is showing. Okay, let me.
You can reshare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your screen is visible, but not the putty.
Yeah, I think I made it only one, but let me make it screen. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, now your desktop is visible. Putty is visible. So go to session, put that IP address. Wait. You have did you load your keys?
No.
No, right? Wait. Hold on. Go to click on Red Hat -DEC.
Red Hat. Okay.
Click on load.
Sorry.
Wait. Load it and wait.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. Just load it and wait. Go
Okay.
to session. Load. You loaded, right?
Yeah.
Now wait. Go to that host name IP address. Control V.
Yeah.
Click on open. Click on open. Say yes. Yeah. Login as EC2-user. Enter. No backslash. Yeah. Enter. Done, right? So now you say sudo su dash. Sudo space su space dash. Yeah. Enter. Now you are root. Now you check your service is running or not.
Okay.
How do you check? Why you open this?
Sorry. Yeah.
Be on your system and check whether your Apache service is running or not. How do you check? Systemctl, no space. That is just one word. Systemctl space status space which service? httpd dot service. httpd dot service. Enter. Active and running, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what did you do? Quit Q. Press Q.
Escape tab, right?
Press Q.
Press Q. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so now just make it smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, go to that EC2. Here, go to security group one more time. Go to inbound rule. Now you see website is allowed to whom? To everyone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you go to your public IP is anyways copied only, right? Now
Yeah.
you go to a browser. Leave this. Go to browser. Fresh new tab.
Okay.
Yeah. Open a new tab. Paste. Control V. Enter. The website is
Okay.
running, right?
Yes. Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now you go to again your EC2 console, your load balancer.
Okay.
Go to load balancer. Right. So go to the, look for the endpoint, go up. Yeah. For the endpoint,
Endpoint. Sorry.
DNS name.
DNS name.
Below.
Okay. Okay.
What is that? A record.
Yeah.
So that is what is your endpoint. Just click on the copy button. Copy it. Now go to the browser. Next browser, tab. Paste it. Enter. What do you see?
Welcome to website. My website.
From this ALB, you are now accessing it through ALB.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what is happening? The first early rise in the third tab, that is coming directly through your EC2, correct?
Yes.
But the next one,
Is coming by load balance.
that is coming through ALB, correct?
Yeah.
Now just think, if you have two systems, right? In place of one system, as of now only one system, right? If you have two systems, right? What will happen? Even if one is down, still your website will be running. Dharma, you are able to get it?
No, sir, I couldn't follow up that part.
What Nataraj has done as of now, what he has shown, that you didn't understand?
I did it, but EC2. But when I copy and paste this IP, right? Public IP is not working. It says not found.
Okay, so you just show your share
Site
your
cannot
screen.
be site cannot be reached.
Okay, so you try out your system. Just make him host. No.
Yeah.
Nataraj.
Yeah. Sure. But how to make it host? Okay.
Go to participant, choose Dharma, and then make him host.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Dharma, now you are host.
Perfect. Dharma, you can start sharing.
Okay, you see me?
Yeah. Perfect. Now, see.
So this EC2 is running now. So
Go to the
I have
instance.
connected putty also, but it's
Show me your putty.
yeah.
It's not visible. You need to share
Not
entire
visible?
screen.
My-
Yeah. Need to share
my
entire
God.
screen. Yeah. Yes, it is coming up.
Yeah. Putty Fatler. Something putty Fatler. Let me connect again. So this EC2.
Putty is not visible.
You see my screen?
I
Screen
think
is there.
putty is not visible. You need to make it not only one screen share. You need to make it every initial screen something. Like
Share desktop. You have to choose that.
Yeah.
Share everything. Yeah. Stop sharing. Then you again share. Now this time we choose everything.
Everything. Where is the
Desktop.
option? The share option.
Desktop option.
There's three only: entire screen, application window, Chrome tab. That's it, right?
Yeah, entire screen you choose.
Yeah, entire screen only.
Okay, good. Okay, now you just yeah, your screen is visible. Minimize
So,
this, open
yeah,
that
this is
putty.
no, this is my one, so I need to change it. Nah, my IP, right?
Yeah, click on edit inbound rule. The screen is frozen. Earlier, no, the sharing used to work for you, but nowadays your sharing is not working.
Hmm.
You also cannot see, right, Natras?
I can see only web browser. I mean, Google
Yeah,
Chrome.
only one screen that is
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, just like no, you click on inbound rule, you choose my IP for your
Yeah.
SSH. But remaining things you don't touch.
Yes. Okay.
HTTP is good. That is already allowed for everyone. Okay.
Yeah, and then putty, I try to open it easy hyphen user, right?
Yeah.
Using the
EC2.
new, using the new IP, right? I just logged in. Yeah. Do you see my screen?
No.
No, Dharma.
No.
So what you do,
Okay.
you stop sharing. First, you stop sharing. Then open putty first in the screen, in the front, and now you start sharing. At least one screen will come, and then it gets frozen. So at least putty screen will come. Share entire screen. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So so now you're already connected.
Yeah, just now.
Good. So
Connected
now
with the
you just
public
say
IP.
sudo sudo space su space hyphen.
It's frozen. It's frozen.
Yeah, it's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. I can't see, but at least no putty screen is there. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's another route.
good, very good. Now there you type carefully only one word, systemctl
Okay.
status space httpd. Systemctl space status space
HTTP.
httpd hypertext
Okay.
text transfer protocol daemon httpd. Enter.
Yeah.
It's telling
The
active.
Apache HTTP server. A loaded service.
Active.
This is a service.
Is it showing
No, I
in
think
green?
it's inactive. It's
Hello.
inactive.
Active, inactive.
Yeah, it's inactive, sir. Inactive.
Okay. Inactive. So it's not running. Now you say systemctl, that up arrow you do, in place of a status, you have to say start. Same command, in place of
Okay, then
status,
enter.
you have to say start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter.
Yeah. Enter.
Yeah.
Too few arguments. What is this? Systemctl start. You need to
Command
do
you have
anything
not,
else?
entire
HTTP,
command
right?
you have to run with, in place of a status, you have to say start, entire command you have to run. Same command. Systemctl start httpd.
I think it says starting Apache server, all this stuff.
What is the command that you are running?
Yeah, you can see now.
Okay, good. At least now this one came. You can remove this. Yeah, it's active and running, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. That's it.
Now I can see, check
You
that.
can go to browser. You can run your website. You just give the same IP, whatever is copied for your
So
instance.
do you see my screen?
No, only that only one screen will come at a time.
I don't know what is the problem. So you see me this one. I
Welcome
refreshed
to
it.
Early Rise. It's running for you. Yes. So I see that
Let
it is
me-
stopped, but it has opened. That is good. Now you go to the EC2 management, that one. There you go to load balancer.
Load balancer, yeah.
There you just see some a record, public DNS for load balancer.
Yeah, load balancer, yes, yes.
A record will
A
be there,
record.
in the, right?
Yeah.
So
A
there
record, yeah.
one copy button will be there.
Yes,
the
yes.
right side.
On the right hand side. Right hand
Yeah.
side, yes.
Click that. Click that, open that, and then you share screen.
So this one, right?
Copy that, open in a new tab, that no LB, that whatever link, and then share your
You
screen.
see it now?
Started sharing, it says.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Is now?
Not yet, Dharma.
I have stopped it and I shared again.
So it opens, right? That Early Rise, welcome to Early Rise opens with that load balancer IP or not?
Yeah, it's coming. I copied it and pasted in the browser. It's working now. I am getting the message, welcome to Early Rise.
Good. So that's what we wanted actually. So now you can make me host. I'll explain you what you have done.
Yeah, I stopped it, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let me, reclaim the host, right? So I'll share my screen. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so now what is happening? Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now what is happening from the internet, right? You are requesting for your website. Okay, so internet, right? It's too thick. So from there, the request is coming to the load balancer. Okay. Now from the load balancer, the request is going to your EC2 instance. Right? So what you did initially, from internet, you directly accessed your EC2 instance. Your website was running, that you opened it first. So that was EC2 endpoint you mentioned. Now in the another tab, what you have done now, you have given the URL of load balancer. You have not used this one. Now you have used the load balancer. With that, the name of that load balancer, you are able to get the website. So if you have multiple EC2 instances, right? So as of now, I have like only one. If you have one more EC2 instance, so even if your this particular EC2 instance goes, doesn't matter, right? Your website will be running here. If this one goes, your website will be running here. So like that. So you can just try it out. What you have to try it? Already you have tested this LB, how LB is working, but you have not tested the actual option where if your EC2 crashes, what will be the situation? So how you are going to test, right? So that's what was the I had explained you what you have to do. You have to make one AMI, right, from the EC2. Say like it is running in 1B. Now you create another EC2 instance in 1A. Okay. Once this is available, right, you know how to go to that load balancer and how to register the target. You know that, right? So this time you also add this 1A thing. This another EC2 also you add. Now you have to put it to your Linux machine, right? And then your service should be running. So Dharma, you just try one thing, because your Apache didn't work automatically. That means it is not enabled to run when you start your machine. So just do this system ctl, same word.
Yeah.
System systemctl enable, right, httpd dot service. Do this one. This enable thing you have to do now. You have been doing a status start and all. Now you enable it. Nataraj already enabled earlier.
Yeah.
So whenever he connects, whenever he starts his EC2 instance, his website starts working. But it's not enabled for you. Just run this enable. Next time your system starts, enable. Enable means next time you boot your instance, your website will run automatically. You don't have to go and start and status and all those things. You don't have to do.
Okay, my booty got hanged. I will do it. Yeah.
You do it later. You just write the command.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know down.
Yeah. So now next time when you do that, so what will happen? Your website will be, you just stop one instance. How you will be doing the testing? So when you do the testing, so how you have to do is you will have your internet, then load balancer, right? And then you will have two instances, right? In 1A and EC2 in 1B. Now, first you stop this and test whether your website is reachable or not. Okay, it will read from here. Now, you switch on this, right? You stop this also. Stop both and then see. Nothing will be accessible. Now, you just stop this, start this, and then you see what is going on. Then if you do it on your own, that means you have learned whatever we have been discussing so far. So you have understood, right? So you have to try that out and then let me know. Okay, that's homework. Getting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir.
That is about the elastic load balancing, right? So automatically distributes the incoming traffic. Now that was about elastic load balance. So there's another concept, right, that we'll be looking at, that is auto scaling. Okay, so we'll be looking at auto scaling because you had some kind of thing where we discussed about scaling. You remember scalability?
Yeah.
Right?
Horizontal and vertical.
Yeah. So here, this auto scaling, the same thing will be useful. The same concept, that was the background, right? With that, you will have all the understanding. So there are mainly three services, right? Right. One is CloudWatch. Okay. Think of CloudWatch. Think of ELB, the Elastic Load Balancer, and think of auto scaling. These three services, right? This will give you, once these three things integrate, will give you a complete solution with respect to computing. If you have these three things, right, your compute power, whatever is required for the workload, that will always be available, right? So these three things will make sure that you have enough computing resources, enough computing power available for running your applications, right? So EC2 instances are grouped together in the group. So we will be making some group. How we were making some group there? We'll be making some group here that will be called as auto scaling group. Auto scaling group, right? So what is the benefit of auto scaling? Minimum number of server should be 3. You define. There should always be 3 EC2 instances available, minimum. You define. Okay, getting it? You define. There can be maximum of 10. It should not become 1,000 or something from where will I pay. So maximum of 10 EC2 instances should be available. You define it. Okay. Then you just forget it. Just define it, forget it. Now what will happen? Minimum this much EC2 instance will be running, and it can increase to that level. It can come down to lower level based on the requirement. Getting it? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So scaling, you understand. Auto, if you add to that, what do you mean? Automatically it should happen, right?
Yeah.
Correct? Which scaling we are talking about? Horizontal or vertical? Tell me.
Horizontal.
Yes, we are talking about horizontal scaling. You have 3 nodes. Now it will become 10 nodes, right?
It's horizontal
Horizontal
scaling.
scaling, right? Again, it
Yeah.
will decrease. Right? It will come back to 3. Right?
Scale in.
Scaling in,
Scale out.
scaling out. Correct. Correct. So scaling out is adding resources. Sorry, adding the nodes, adding instances. Scaling in means removing instances. Removing instances. Now you require only 3 instances. You add more instances. Scaling out. Right? So you just have to choose the instance type. You just have to say like, no, you want what kind of instance, and then it will provide you fault tolerance, right? Because just some time ago we were looking at that unhealthy instance and all we were talking about, right?
Yes.
So if instance becomes unhealthy, say like 1 out of the 2 instance is gone, with 1 instance, how will you manage your workload? Say like 1 availability zone is completely gone. Your load balancer has identified that, okay, 1 is gone. Now what? You will remain forever with only 1, or you will go and manually start installing instance. Then what is the use of cloud? If you have to do everything on your own, there should be some automation, right?
Yeah.
Automatically that system, whatever became unhealthy, another instance should come up, and you should have a peaceful sleep, right? So simply you have to plan it, right, properly, leave it, right? Automatically it will work. It will become unhealthy, let it become offline, whatever 1A, 1B I have done, right? So let it go down, doesn't matter to me, right? Let some instances come up, right? Automatically let it decrease based on the workload, let it increase, let there be 10 machines running at a time, let it reduce if there is no use, let it reduce down to 2 instance or 3 instance or 1 instance, right? Up to me. Whatever I decide that should happen, I'll just define it, and then it should happen. So that is auto scale, right? So monitors applications and automatically adjusts capacity, allows us to optimize performance and cost, available at no additional charge. So there is no additional charge for defining this auto scaling, right? So it's up to us. We just define it, and what will with the cost, actual cost, whatever EC2 instance you are running, anyways you will be charged for that. If you are running 10 instances, you'll be charged for 10 instances. If you are running 1 instance, you'll be charged for 1 instance. As much workload you are running, accordingly you will be charged, but not anything separately, especially for this one, right? So we can define, right, whatever unhealthy instances will be there, that will be replaced by healthy instances, right? Using what? Some kind of launch configuration. We'll define some launch configuration, right? And what will be required? What will be the basic thing? Do you require AMI? From where it will launch? Same configuration. You require AMI? Tell me, Natras.
Yes, I think AMI needed.
Same AMI, right? You want same system, similar system only, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
See, if you are having website running, in place of website, you cannot run something else, right? So whatever is your application, whatever early rise is coming there, same thing should come. No, whatever instance is coming there, automatically it should start running only, correct?
Yeah.
So if our EC2 instance is gone, right, something happens, right? So another EC2 instance should come. There also Apache should be configured and running automatically. The same website should be running, right?
Yeah.
So how will it happen? If we have AMI, correct? So we have to define some configuration. We have to mention that AMI, right? From that AMI, right, our instance will be launched automatically, right? Within moments, as soon as it goes down, right? Another instance will start coming up, right? And again, the load will be proper, right? So EC2 instances can be configured to run in multiple availability zones, right? So it will give you, fault tolerance, right? So the main purpose is to give the fault tolerance. Your system will continue to function without any degradation in performance, right? Let there be a failure of any particular component in your architecture, right? Let there be any failure of any EC2 instance, doesn't matter. Another EC2 instance will come up, it will give you fault tolerance, right? No performance will be degraded, right? So everything will be perfect. Your application will be available, right? It will be supported by, say, like 5 instances, then all the minimum 5 should be running, right? So like that. So it will adjust the workload capacity automatically. And then cost efficiency, if you think of, right, performance will be good. Cost, if you have more requirement, 10 instances are running, and now if you want to automatically, now 1,000 users are there, 10 servers are running, now number of users reduced to 100, one instance is 2 instances are fine, then it will come back to 2 instances. Will it save the cost?
Yes.
That's it. So it is cost efficient. It is for cost and performance. Cost and performance. So this is good thing, right?
Yeah.
So just think of 3 services, integrate it, right? And then automatically, plan it, right? And then just forget it. Keep on running automatically. So what you have to do? You have to create a launch configuration, right? For that, right? So what we can do is we have to create a launch configuration, right? Some kind of template, right? We have to create, right? Then what? It will lead the launch configuration, right? Details will be read from the launch configuration. Instance will be launched, right? What will happen? We can make, what is the life cycle for auto scaling? So first thing is launch configuration will be created, right? We'll create and configure it. Then instance will be launched automatically. It will be running your application, correct? And then whenever it is not needed, so that instance will be deleted also, terminated also, correct? So what will happen? Scale out and then scale in. Whenever a scale in happens, that will be gone. So whatever EC2 instances are there, so that will be added in auto scaling group. Right? We can attach some instance here. We can detach that instance from here. So we have so many EC2 instances, right? Some EC2 instance, some another EC2 instance. We can take one EC2 instance, put it in that. We can remove it. Now it is independent, right? So it's up to us. What we want to do with that? We want to connect to it. we want to remove to that, we just it depends on us only. Getting it? So you understood that auto scaling thing, right? Now what we can do, okay, for next session, what you do in between, you just launch EC2 instance in another availability zone as well, right? So keep it in 2 availability zones, and now create that load balancer, right? Go to that load balancer, and then you should have that instances running, right? Register that load balancer, let that be running in 2, and then you test that website. Okay.
Yeah.
So you test with using the load balancer. You stop one instance, you test with another instance, you stop the another instance, keep on testing that, and then you'll have instances in 2 of the availability zones, and then we will do practicals for this auto scaling, right? So meanwhile, try to save your hours also. So just test it and then bring the servers down. Keep it in stopped state. So it doesn't matter if you have up to 30 GB of EBS and maybe 2 machines, 3 machines is running right simultaneously. So not an issue, right? So then you can stop it. So just take care of storage, right? So don't exceed more than 30 GB. However, just be AMI, whatever snapshot is there, that will also be counted towards your storage, right? So keep 30 GB. So 2 instance and 1 AMI, you can keep it at a time. So that should be okay. And you can run it as well, right? It's not an issue, but just to save your hours, you can bring the instances down when you are not using it. Okay. So in the next session, we'll just take a look at auto scaling. We'll create template and we will just make it configuration for auto scaling, and then we will test that out, right? And then we'll look at the database concepts as well. Okay. So let's do it on in the next session. Right, we're good for today. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, both of you.
Yeah, thanks.